Easy 50, this side's good.
I've been talking to myself, it seems, for the last 5 minutes or so of this game. Apologies for those waiting, but you're now back with us here at Trent Park Hockey Centre. You haven't missed very much, it's still 0-0, 5 minutes of the game is played. As Holcombe take on Southgate, second time they've played each other this season, the first game ending 5-2 to the visiting team, that was Holcombe. In a game with lots of goals, lots of excitement, but no points for Southgate. And they're looking to amend that this evening. Southgate yet to win a game this side of the season, as they've really stepped up playing the top 6 teams in this phase 2 of the Premier Division structure. But the unique nature of that structure means that they still have a chance to qualify for Europe, and Quan Brown, ever ambitious, really feels they have a chance to do that. And Holcombe slightly undermanned today, a few injuries affecting them. I believe they've got 13 or 14 players only, so it's going to be a hard afternoon of work for them. And Southgate have started with real intensity. They've had a couple of balls fizz past the far post. Injuries to Southgate's lineup just changed a few things. So Dan West has been off after injuring himself. Old Georgians in their first game before Christmas. And the EDP under-21 player Ali Douglas joined this season. He's had a back spasm a couple of weeks ago and has been sitting on the sidelines. He's there tonight. And that was Robert Field, the captain, being pushed off the ball there by Southgate. And now it's Haynes. On the ball, Harry Haynes making his home Premier League debut. And in that instance, finding the foot of his co-star, Jack Middleton. Bit of consternation with the umpires. And in the end, Haynes wins it. And now it's Robbie Gill who's on the ball. Gill playing at half-back today. Switching out of his customary full-back position. Brown is ringing the changes slightly with the structure, partly forced by injury, but partly this is a game in some ways where there's everything to win and not much to lose for Southgate. They're going to be finishing 6th regardless of the result here this evening. As that ball down really not cleared well out there from Holcombe, and it's fired back off. Southgate looking pretty hungry in the D this evening. They've got a bit of a point to prove after showing really good phases of play in their last 4 games, but unable to craft the result. And that's Teague Meccano there who turns. The ball turned over, and now Holcombe looking to drive forward. So phase 3 Premier Division starts next week, where the top 2 teams from the bottom 6 join with the top 6 teams, and they split up into 2 groups. The top 2 from each team going through to the famous playoffs being held once again at Surbiton Hockey Club. 13th, 14th of April, and both these teams will be really hoping they can get there. Holcombe will pursue favourites as Ramshaw, they're really strong coming through the back of Greg Nolan. Nolan usually plays in the screen rolls, really good at breaking up play. As that ball dangerously fired in by Louis Dupre, international French player, 1 French cap to date. Really attacking player, Dupre. There was some rumours swirling around that he might be joining Southgate at the start of this season. But to Holcombe he went, and he's had a really strong season as that ball from Brown, delicate little area, finding Calnan, who turns on the afterburners, drives in, finds the New Zealander Richmond Lum, who ships it out. Callan does well to get a hold of that one. And Callan there going over, some altercation going on. He's back up on his feet. And the ball now with Curran Soffert. Soffert had a fantastic game last weekend against Richmond. Apologies, not Richmond, Old Georgians. A real playmaker. Been a crucial part of the success of the Southgate team last 2 seasons. Tostolini finds his coach Brown, and then on to Rohan Bowie. He's made such an impact, and a brilliant ball there. Finds a little dink from Haynes, and Payne forced into a save. There's a video that has been circulating of an Ollie Payne save from the game last weekend, from a corner that managed to get deflected, and an amazing reflex save that Payne pulled off, which really highlights the class. And that's a great pick from Calnan, who fires it in. Ramshaw gets under it, puts it back, Ramshaw again, Payne, and somehow it's cleared out of the D. Fantastic saves Ollie Payne, defying the commentator's curse and making double or triple save there. And Southgate will be disappointed not to have converted one of those opportunities, as Robert Shearer makes his way onto the pitch. Shearer, who's worked his way up through from the twos. He's been playing in the London Premier Division and has more than stepped up to the plate. It's the Premier Division hockey, and he's on the ball now. Driving forward. And puts a fantastic ball into Richmond Lumb, who does well with his first touch, less well with the second one, and it's turned over. Holcombe played into the screen. It's a strong ball, well won there by Jake Owen. And that's Whatley Furlong, moving it to Louis Dupre. No mate, turns it over, Haynes once again on the ball. He plays a crash ball, didn't quite come off, but somehow Calnan gets something on it, and somehow it's still a Southgate ball, as now Suffolk drives hard down the left-hand sideline. Going into the baseline, it falls to Middleton, and it bounces back onto the stick of Dupre. And again, Holcombe come back out. Sustained pressure here from Southgate. Scrappy play, but it's now Jake Owen. So lovely pinpoint pass across the left-hand side, and Holcombe yet to put much pressure on the Southgate backline. Can they try and build something here? Last week in that old Georgians game, a lot of the GB players, the likes of Sam Ward, were off and injured, and that GB workload really causing a few injuries at the moment, as that Olympic place is up for grabs. And it may have been seen wiser for Holcombe to rest some of those players in this game, which ultimately for them, on the surface at least, dead rubber would be unfair. It's certainly not that, but there's less at stake in the games that will be following it, so maybe wise to rest some of those players. David Ames, the coach, he knows his hockey. He's had a great season so far for Holcombe. That's Bowie now, who, to the delight of the crowd, beats Jake Owen. Sends it slightly to Calnan's weak side, and now they counter. The ball's come back to Jake Owen, and has bounced back now. Furlong. Back to Furlong. It's good play, lots of linking passages. Louis Dupre holding possession, trying to contain the game. That's Sam Taylor. The main injector for the team, Taylor. Great aerial on him, so look out for that. The advent of video, of course, completely changing how these teams prepare. And the strengths and weaknesses of both will be known pretty well by both sides coming in. Of course, already played each other. And that's a big high aerial, high up. Ball well down. And now, Holcombe just growing into this at the moment. Hamilton coming around the back there. Just a few minutes left now of this first quarter. As I said, you missed the first 5 minutes, but Just a couple of half chances were missed since then. And no goals as yet here. It's Joubert looking pretty solid down this right-hand channel. Monet passing it back. Really nice turn of pace there from Sam Taylor. Finding Nolan. It's a ball that's really well picked up by Stellini. They'll be pleased with that. And that bounces off Meccano's stick. Meccano up for Trinidadian Sportsman of the Year this year for his work for the national side. Had the Pan Am Olympic qualifiers and the hockey fives out in Oman recently. He was back in the goals last weekend with a fantastic penalty corner and a goal from open play. Opens out Middleton. Tackled by Taylor, but he went through the back of him. So now Southgate venture forwards, and it's Meccano who takes that slightly before umpire Barnes was happy with. And Bowie thought that was fine, he took it quickly. He goes back to Foster, Foster plays it, but it's well defended. He tries to win it back, and that is Robert Field doing some sterling work, and a ball then flies through, falls over, and umpire Barnes calls the foul, sends it back, and everyone resets. And there goes that aerial ball. And a big thumbs up that from Barry Middleton. Wanted more of those. And that aerial there, on the other hand, did not work from Southgate and gifted it straight back. And now Holcombe have a chance. And that's Tom O'Keefe, fends it in. A good save there from Van Logerenberg. His first touch of the game as Brown finds his Trinidadian colleague Meccano into the screen to Bowie, and Southgate build again. That's a good ball up the line, finding Richmond. Lum cuts back inside, bit of a scrap there with Joubert, and now Lum goes on to his reverse. 3 Holcombe players surround him, and he's off the ball. All the players packed into a very small corner of the pitch, apart from Brown, who now heads off to the sidelines. End of that first quarter. We'll bring some stats up for you in a minute. 0-0. Southgate probably just about the dominant side, but Holcombe really sort of coming back into that. And now the coaches gather with their clipboards. And we'll catch our breath. Take 2 minutes and we'll be back with you. So I'm not quite sure our stats have fully come through there yet. Looked far too even a number with that possession. We'll work on that and try and get something more accurate to you at the end of the second quarter, as Richmond Lum there nearly succeeds in beating Monet. Be interesting to see what the coaches said to their charges, as Louis Joubert is charging down there trying to get onto that. And it looks like Holcombe have come out of the blocks. Up for this Middleton now. Finding May. May going wide, down and right. This is good from Holcombe. Biding their time, patiently transferring it. And there goes that aerial into space. And that was Alex Pendle under that. And Stellini really smart there. Really difficult to pick up those aerials, especially when they're slightly contested. And Stellini just stepped out of the way and got out of Pendle's eye line. Pendle's come on a lot playing this season. 9 league goals he's had. Did one last weekend. He's been leading the press for Holcombe recently, so stepping up as Middleton sends it back to the skipper, and immediately gets it straight back again as Middleton finds Gill, who's high up the field. And now it's Brown to Stellini to Middleton. And Southgate showing some patience of their own now. And that's good hands there from Middleton into Soffit. And then back. Brown will not be unhappy with this at all. And he sends a ball to Ramshaw, a difficult bouncing ball, and Ramshaw not quite the match for that one. But somehow Archie Foster still got it, but he's been turned over there. And now Foster's racing back, Momay doing really well. Ball with Furlong. To Sam Taylor. So difficult, those bouncing balls. But at this level, your first touch on them crucial. Ramshaw probably see that as a missed opportunity. Although beat 99% of hockey players up and down the country. And there goes that Taylor aerial again. Brilliantly brought down at the edge of the D. And now Holcombe have a real opportunity. But it misses pretty much everything as Foster gives a chance for Gate to counter-attack. Ramshaw's pocket is picked. And unlucky to get away with that, going through the back. The Holcombe player, and now Holcombe looking to build again. Soffit now on the shoulder of Tom O'Keefe. O'Keefe gently dinking it back to Furlong. And there's Middleton. Game of chess at the moment. Feel a goal, just maybe ignite this. And that's an aerial to Middleton, under pressure from Haynes. It's a strong press here from Southgate, and now it's Haynes. Haynes had an extraordinary season, moving from men's twos to men's threes to men's twos, and then the last few games getting his opportunity. Did really well at Old Georgians, helping create chances that ultimately led to goals, and Brown's given him another chance as Holcombe put a ball that just eludes the goal of past the left-hand post of Nogrenberg. Probably had that covered. That was a dangerous ball. And a warning shot across the Southgate bows. Now Soffit under great pressure from O'Keefe. And he's turned it over, and now Holcombe come forward, it's Pendle. And Graham Brown with an extraordinary pick there. And Pendle will be kicking himself here. Almost a golden opportunity. And now that's going to fall for Hamilton, who's got Gill on. Gill has been playing with Southgate since he was under 12. An amazing story. In fact, that misconnection there is with a player that he's played with through almost every level of their Southgate journey. That's Harry Haynes. So it's great to see Southgate juniors working their way through literally every single team in this club. And Gill really prospered under the tutelage of Brown. And he's been given a bit more liberty as Holcombe again coming in. And again, Brown, he calls it the lion's den in there. He expects his players to fight for every scrap of territory as if their lives depended on it, and he's leading by example this evening. So it's Holcombe's game at the moment, and that's Taylor. Again, that aerial finds Keys Brown, who drives along the baseline, sends it back, and this is a gilt-edged chance. And a corner, the first of the game. So Holcombe here, a really good opportunity. Van Logrenberg had a difficult outing at Old Georgians. Possibly felt he could have done better on a couple of the flicks that Carson sent his way, but he's got a chance for retribution now. Holcombe setting up with two castles. Time's come off. Time's come off as the Southgate players taking a bit of time to get into their PCD as the gallery are entertained with the music of Daft Punk, but now they look like they're set. The crowd hushed. The injection comes to the left castle, a big flick, and it's far past. Not quite sure if that got a touch or if it just missed everything. Looks like it was a touch off the runner, and that ball again fired in, but Van Logrenberg comes forward and saves, and that's the first goal for Holcombe. Somehow getting past everyone. Let's have a watch of that again. A great save there as Alex Pendle strikes it home, and that's a blow to the Southgate players as Holcombe charge forward. It's 1-0 to the visitors. Southgate 0, Holcombe 1. Disappointing that from Southgate. Van Logrenberg did well. It had come in, found the foot of Gill, just a bit scrappy defensively, and Holcombe just showing a bit more of that clinical edge. Southgate have had those chances too. Just disappointed that they've yet to find the back ball, but there's still a lot of time to play in this game. And that's superb there from Middleton, showing all his class, and Holcombe looking really dangerous now, growing into this game after a slow start. And Southgate are forced into rearguard action. Furlong. Now this is Jay Cohen, who's under pressure, and a ball flying across shoulder length. But they're unable to get a touch. Southgate get a chance to catch their breath. They're going to need to try and rethink this, get themselves back into this, show a bit of patience. Stellini finds Shearer, but Shearer gifts that to Dupree. And Field now builds, moving it on to Owen, who looks to find Pendle. And Southgate go again. Bowie's signalling that he wants it. He Moves back, Shearer now with a hard lead infield. And a delicate dink finds Stellini. He's yet to put a foot wrong this evening in that new position of fullback. Sends a brilliant ball to Calnan, but it's slightly difficult to control. It bounces up and it's picked up by Robert Field, who now finds Pendle, the goal scorer. He sends it back. It's picked up by Calnan. And that was almost a certain goal. Robert Field was looking hungry, and now it's Soffert charging down the sideline, past the dugouts. Tag teams off with Middleton. And Simon Walker is now on the ball, former West Hearts player. And that ball from Bowie to Meccano. Fantastic skills, Meccano. Got the ability to work magic with a hockey ball. And that's a lovely ball up, finding Walker. Sends it in, it's scrapped around the edge of the Holcombe D, and they have it back in their possession. Great crowd here this evening. To my left and to my right, and manning the sidelines. There's been a lot of hockey played here. And a lot of Southgate away games, and their players have headed back to watch this one. And also the game before, which was a game between Southgate women's first team and the Holston Magpies. Brilliant game of hockey, ended in 1-1, nothing to separate them. And Gill there stepping forward, finding his shin, and this is the second corner of the game. And Southgate really under the cosh in this quarter. Haven't found their footing as what looks like just the 13 players for Holcombe really exerting their pressure, and Southgate will be hoping they can work their man advantage through the second half. Hockey played at this intensity, if anyone's tried it, it's not easy. It goes like lightning. So you go once again, those two castles. Pendle on the right slip. It looks like it's Tim Gaze-Brown. Can he exert more misery? And it's stopped, it's picked up, and it's brilliantly run down by Gill, who says that was off my stick. That was a superb bit of defensive running from Robert Gill. The umpiring decision there applauded. Have a look at that one again. Gill charging out, and that's absolutely brilliant. Running a really tight line. And the crowd are cheering his name now. A popular figure here at the club. And that is Brown to Meccano. Meccano under loads of pressure, and somehow he's got that away. Pendle on his back. Gill there, slipping over. The adulation going to his feet. Louis drops his shoulder, charges forward, turns on the pace, sends it in, but it's picked up. Just not quite converting those 23 entries into circle entries at the moment. And that's a slightly bungled pass, but somehow it finds its way through to Dupre. And now that's Brad Reed. Atmosphere's building here. Crowd getting behind the home team. A few solitary Holcombe supporters have made the journey up. Bit of a long trek. And now Perry, lovely seat of that. Sends the reverse. Somehow he's still got it though. He goes through one stick, two stick. Now Richmond Lum picks it up. And once again, umpire Barnes saying I need it put exactly back. And there we go, Meccano, really smart, winning the corner. And Southgate now with the opportunity. Just simple hockey and a lovely little touch there from Meccano, the Southgate number 18. So Middleton is on the injection. That's the number 3 in your picture now. And with Ramshaw and Teague both on the pitch, it could fall to either one of them. Both have been scoring. Meccano utilising a new technique for the second half of the season, as he was slightly frustrated through the first half, but he seems to have been working for him in recent games. And Ramshaw, the Ram, as the Southgate supporters refer to him, has charged his way in with multiple goals. So Ramshaw left castle, Meccano right castle, Bowie and Lum on the stop, Middleton on the injection. Middleton out, forced to Ramshaw, Ramshaw flicks it, finds the deflection, and somehow that's got away. Middleton was hard in on that. And another corner for Southgate.
Check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother. Right about now. The Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother.
The DJ this time going for some Fatboy Slim. Can it inspire the Southgate home side? And Ramshaw now switched to the right castle. Meccano left castle. It falls again to Ramshaw going right, round down. It's on Hamilton. And Hamilton gets the corner. And now the third corner. Can Southgate convert here? Bit of a chat with the umpire. And Meccano left castle, Ramshaw right castle. Falls to Ramshaw again. It's a slightly uncomfortable pickup. He's still going though, and it falls to Middleton. Middleton on the ball. He flicks it up somehow. It's a scrap. It's all happening, going off. And that looked very close to going in. Southgate supporters incandescent there. And with that, the game poised with Southgate with a 1-goal disadvantage. Southgate nil, Holcombe 1. Really interesting game of hockey this. Set up well for second half. Extravaganza, can Southgate claw it back, get themselves into the points for the first time in 2024 against the hardy men of Holcombe with their 13 men. The players now heading into the dressing rooms as we prepare for the halftime entertainment here at Southgate. We'll leave you to catch your breath, grab a cup of tea or something stronger, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes' time.
And as the players head down under the balcony for a half-time break, the score is Southgate 0, and the visitors Holcombe with the 1-goal advantage. Southgate 0, Holcombe 1. A reminder to everybody that we're raising money tonight for the Grace O'Malley Kumar Foundation, the most fantastic charity. First time we've really started raising money for it, which we will continue to do. So please do look out for our women's ones players who will be coming up and down, raising money for this. And it's well worth your while because there are some fantastic prizes on offer. Some prizes include PT sessions at GDN Hockey, one-to-one goal-scoring sessions with a star women's ones forward, magnums of champagne, 2 Y1 vouchers, a Southgate coat, a Southgate bag, some port, and much more besides. So do dig deep, £2.50 for a ticket, £20 for an entire strip, and every penny goes to Grace's charity.
Yeah, well, I think to Gareth, it's already worth ticket. I was going to work that way, but I was going to get out of the way.
You may notice there's a big poster on the pitch. That is the Southgate pitch, which is being relayed this year, and we're raising money towards it. We're trying to build one of the best pitches in the country, and the work begins on April the 6th, and you have a chance to own a bit of it. So head to the bar, £20 will buy you a square, and every penny goes towards helping relay this fantastic pitch and get it ready for the next 10 years of life. So that's our pitch replacement fund. Do have a look, choose a square, £20 will buy you a piece of history.
So welcome back. We're just moments away from the start of the third quarter. Brown and Ames taking their teams off for a chat as they dig deep now for the final half of Phase 2 hockey. The score, as you can see, is Southgate 0, Holcombe 1. Is it going to be a repeat of the first game, which ended in a 5-2 win for Holcombe? Or can Southgate steal themselves and get some points on the board? The Red Hot Chili Peppers have stopped singing in the background. The atmosphere is thick. The Southgate supporters' voices are warm. And Will Calnan is on the ball as he passes it back to number 7, Quan Brown, who immediately throws an aerial, which is well taken down by Holcombe. And away we go. Richmond Lum there, just losing it, but it's picked up by Middleton, and then it just runs off. And Furlong now on the ball. Taylor to Furlong. Furlong into the screen. Finds Nolan, and Nolan drives forward under pressure from Calnan, who comes through behind him. But Nolan's still on the ball. Despite pressure, does really well there. So last weekend, with that win over Southgate, Old Georgians confirmed themselves with a European spot for next year. And they'll be going back to the EHL this year after getting through the first round. And will be looking to make an impact over the Easter weekend. And the question is, which team will be joining them next year? And Holcombe would very much like that to be them, but they're going to have stiff competition from the likes of Surbiton, Wimbledon, Hampstead, and potentially Southgate, although they'd probably be seen as the rank outsiders. And that's Robbie Gill, fires a reverse in, it picks up onto a Holcombe player who's down. And yes, there's a Holcombe player in a bit of distress over just out of your frame there. Umpire Smith calling a halt on time. Offer a big shout out to Amersham and Chalfont Hockey Club and captain Tom McKinley, keen watcher of these streams, had a 4-1 win today, charging for promotion. He's managed to score over 50 goals, Tom. Extraordinary achievement. And there's a bully, which is gentlemanly played back by Field. Finds Brown, and that's a big aerial right into the middle of a congested space, and umpire Smith rightly awards a 3 out. Interesting, the aerial rule. Everyone claims to understand it, few really do. And Gill there, charged forward but missed it, but he dummied it back to Quan Brown. And it's Hamilton right, doing deep defensive work. Bounces off the stick of Field, and now Southgate Bill. Hamilton raises his stick, says, "I'd like it, boss." Southgate forwards leading into space. Ramshaw now holding his stick aloft, but that one looks out to find Calnan, who plays it, dinks it, and it's Meccano running in. Some outstanding defensive tracking back from Brad Reed. And another aerial ball. Just eluded Charles Hamilton. Hamilton, another player. He's been with Southgate since the under-12s. And a permanent fixture with the Southgate side. Won awards for being the top trainer. Works incredibly hard at his hockey. But has managed to hold on to a very competitive spot in this team, but that's Bowie's pocket pick now, and Holcombe charge. 3. And a fantastic shot there from Louis Joubert. Easily fended off though by Van Loggerenberg, but he got a hell of a lot of power on that. And that's Middleton, sends it back. Reed out to May. Under pressure from Ramshaw. Gets a good crossfield ball.
Good, Will. Well done, Will. Excellent, Will.
Southgate pressing well, but Holcombe at the moment finding ways out of it. Stellini steps there, puts the field under pressure. Stellini then thought Ramshaw might be there. Ramshaw wasn't there. But Southgate somehow come out of that okay. And that was a really smart, speedy take from John Stellini, who just appeals to umpire Smith, saying, surely I'd stopped it. As he fired it across goal for his colleague. And now this is Southgate in, or almost in, the Holcombe D for the first time this half. But immediately back out of it. Putting these Holcombe defenders under a lot of pressure, a lot of intensity. But arguably, their 16 squad players could do for a longer period of time than the 13 men of Holcombe. But despite that advantage, it's very much a 50-50 game at the moment. And a huge aerial high up into the night sky, looking to connect with Meccano, but easily taken down by Reed. And again, it's a defensive Holcombe line. They need to get that ball, work it out of the press, and they do so effectively down the right. Turning in field now. Calvin throwing in a stick. Haynes throwing in a stick, but still Holcombe build. And a ball there really far top left. Sent in by O'Keefe onto the foot of John Stellini. And that was really nice play from Holcombe. Disappointing for Southgate as they now look to defend the third Holcombe corner. So that's Jake Owen in your picture now. The injector in chief on this occasion. Tim Geese-Brown. Robert Field, the captain, on the left and right castle. So far, ball's fallen to Geese-Brown. As we just wait for the Southgate players to settle into their PCD kit. Hamilton looks like he's on the #1 running spot. And Owen with the injection. Hamilton charges out, and that's a save there from Van Loggerenberg that sends the ball high up into the car park behind those trees in your picture. Big cheer for the South African there. Reasonably easy height, but it looked like it just glanced off the stick. And another crash ball hard in. A scrap there in the circle. It comes out. Meccano picks it up with his reverse. Tries to pull it back, but double, triple turnover, but he's still somehow got it. Three Holcombe players tag teaming in, but he gets it out. Finds Stellini, who finds Hamilton. Again playing deep. Haynes now with a charging run forward. Middleton somehow getting that past Hamilton. And now Middleton charging into the right. Holcombe players, aerial ball fired into the pad of Van Logerenberg. He saves it, but it ricochets off, finds a foot, and we get the next corner. And there you go, it's Bowie's foot with the fist pump to show for it. So the pressure building from Holcombe as they go into the huddle. The Southgate players not involved in the corner retreat to the halfway line. You feel that Southgate really need this next goal, not just to equalise, but the confidence to get one of those balls in the back of the goal mouth, which they failed to do. And this goal here could be crucial. And out it comes to the left castle, and goes down there, doing really well. That's a goal for Holcombe. Into the top right corner of the goal, eludes everybody, and disappointment for the home side and the supporters. But that's a strong performance from this Holcombe side, who find that goal advantage. And now it's 2-0, and Southgate need the next one. And that's Stellini now in a foot race with Pendle. He manages to come out just about the better. He sends a wobbly ball to Kwan, Brown. And now Southgate need to rebuild, gather themselves. They need an answer. And they need to get themselves back in this game. Stellini almost saying, come on, where are the leads? And that's a sloppy ball there from Lum, and it's immediately turned over, and May now charging, showing great pace. Bowie and Haynes almost colliding. May does really well there under intense pressure. Goal scorer, Tim goes Brown. Moving it infield to Nolan, and Holcombe come again. They're making it look easy at the moment, Holcombe. To Middleton, and back to Taylor. And now the ball, Jimgis Brown. A lovely, lovely pass that from Middleton. Just that pre-scanning, knows exactly where his teammates are, and he finds them with precision. A little bit of frustration possibly creeping in to the Southgate ranks, as then a ball fired hard in. A few appeals. Taylor's incandescent, he says there was definitely a foot there, but Southgate have an opportunity. And Bowie tries to find Meccano, but instead he finds O'Keefe, and O'Keefe finds Pendle. And now Pendle sends on the reverse. He manages to get through everyone and win himself a free hit just outside the Southgate D. And a cheer from the Holcombe supporters. A look of disappointment from the Southgate players as somehow that worked its way in. The ball there from Nolan. And the score now. Southgate 0, Holcombe 3, and Southgate have to find another gear. Walker to Brown. Brown firing it in, tries to find Lum, it's picked up, ricocheted off the stick of Middleton to Shearer, and somehow back onto a Holcombe stick. Tricky bouncing ball, miscontrolled by Lum. Holcombe moving this ball with real clarity at the moment and precision as Middleton. Hamilton, look, throwing in the jab tackles. Calnan joins him, and now Calnan charging forward. He's got Bowie, Ramshaw in front of him, Lum on the left side of the D. Calnan fires a ball. Hits a foot just outside, and that was better from Southgate. Bowie sends it back, finds Brown. Brown to Stellini. Stellini tries to find Middleton, but again, the mistakes creeping in. A misconnection, and that pressure that was building dissipates. Calnan trying to rally players around him. Of course, still time. Goals can come thick and fast in hockey. Southgate going to need to change the momentum of this game now, as Brown finds himself further forward. Senior players looking to step up now as that aerial ball reaches Jake Owen, but he's turned over by Bowie. Lum sends a tricky ball to Brown, who picks it up or tries to on his reverse. It fails, and Louis Dupre now on it. The Frenchman. Aggressive Dupre. And a goal scorer to boot. And somehow, once again, Holcombe through the defensive lines. And I think that's Furlong. But he loses it. And Stellini finds Hamilton. Hamilton using his strength. Wins the hit. Last few minutes on this quarter now. Calnan looking for a connection. He sends a ball in, finds a Ramshaw. And that was Middleton who took a reverse shot on a very tight angle. Did he have better options? Hamilton was nearly there. You had Shearer on the back post, but that was sent into the side netting. A chance for Southgate, but a missed one. And there, that high aerial ball from Taylor. Just not quite connecting with Barry Middleton. And now Stellini to Shearer. Shearer, who runs into a load of traffic, somehow gets out of it. And then a great ball finds Hamilton. Hamilton dinks it back, his path obstructed. Southgate supporters appealing as Ramshaw goes straight through the back. Of Taylor. Calnan having words there with umpire Smith. A lot of chat happening between those Southgate forwards at the moment, trying to rally themselves. But this quarter, a definite challenge for the home side. They've allowed Holcombe to change the momentum of the game. And as Ramshaw heads off for a breather, signs of frustration showing. To May, under pressure from Soffit. Now with Reed. Haynes slightly trips, loses his footing, beginning to get a little bit slippy out there as the evening dew settles. A lovely dink pass. That's Taylor, that's smart, into May. Lovely synchronicity. Telepathy there between players. Know each other, know what they're going to do. Sign of a good team. And that's just that. Reed firing that aerial high and over, marshalled off by Stellini. And there it goes. Umpire Barnes blowing the whistle for quarter time. And a disappointing one if you're a Southgate fan. However, if you're a Holcombe fan watching this from home, you'll be delighted because your team bossed that. Put 2 goals on the scoreboard and the score at the end of The third quarter is Southgate 0, Holcombe 3. Can Southgate find a reply, or have they left it too late? We'll see. And we're off. What was Quan Brown able to tell his players in that brief 2-minute gap to inspire them onwards? And that ball's fallen kindly. It's got Meccano's name on it. The ball falls over, Suffolk's on the ball. He turns, he dances, he spins, he appeals. And he wins the appeal. Umpire Smith pointing, firstly, for the penalty corner, then calling off time. He calls Ramshaw over. Little chat taking place between them. As we now head to Southgate's fourth corner of the game. Been unsuccessful with their first few. So once again, Meccano and Ramshaw on the pitch. Holcombe players getting ready. Ollie Payne between the sticks. Been more than a match for Southgate's ammunition so far. Umpire Smith signals. Calnan on the injection. Ramshaw right castle, Meccano left castle. Ball falls to Meccano. Meccano flicks, he drags it, rebounds off Brown. Bowie goes in for a smashing tomahawk reverse hit and misses everything. And Southgate forcing the save from Payne there from Meccano, getting another shot off. But it's not finding the netting tonight. And Southgate, once again, still need 3 more goals as the time ticks on. And that's brilliant from Bowie. He somehow, the ball sticks to his stick as he dances. Calnan now. Calnan to Bowie. Bowie, a really nice tackle that from Taylor, but that's better from Southgate. Starting with much more intensity, intent. But that's going to fall well for O'Keefe, who plays it into Brown. And that's Meccano. Meccano looking to find Suffolk, but he turns under pressure from May, who goes straight through the back. No, he's not happy with it. And now Southgate pressure building. Brown and Dink finds Calnan, he sends it in, baseline, but it comes back out. And that's lovely one-touch hockey from Holcombe. Tic-tac passing and a searching ball looking for Joubert, and Joubert still got it, and this is dangerous now. He's got O'Keefe in the... And that was a lucky escape. Some solid defending from Southgate. Got away with that one, putting themselves in a dangerous position. Callan seems to be everywhere at the moment, using all that experience. And that's Haynes now. He's got a turn of pace, Haynes. This level he needs the confidence to know when to use it. And now Richmond Lum dancing into the D, and he dances back out of it. And there goes Taylor. A huge aerial he's got. And Robert Field there, not enjoying the reception of that aerial, which bounces over his head. Stingley looked for Gill, but Gill not ready for it, so he sends it to Brown instead. He's got Walker to his left, but he chooses to go up into that midfield screen. Finds Soffit. It's like a Duracell battery, just keeps on going. Ball to Stingley. Middleton to Brown. He's got Bowie leading out. And he wraps the shoot and score, and Haynes nearly on that. That was brilliant from Bowie. This is so much better from Southgate. But still, they're not giving the crowd very much to cheer about in terms of that end result. Call this percussive hockey. It's bouncing off the sticks with a nice rhythm to it. But Southgate have it now. Finds Soffit. Soffit turns well. Puts it onto his reverse. Under pressure there from Furlong. And he somehow gets it across, but he doesn't have Richmond Lum or Matt Ramshaw on the other end of that post. A couple of balls on the pitch. Fended off. And that is a misfire, and Lum picks it up. Middleton, a nice ball, but a slightly challenging one on the reverse at pace, and it bounces unfairly and unevenly off the stick of Soffit. Soffit, who's played for Old Merchant Taylors, Richmond, Notts University. He's got 35 caps for the under-21 England side. 6 international goals. Juggles a big job in the city now with playing this top-level hockey at Southgate. Joined the setup last season. It's always dangerous when he gets the ball, always making things happen, great energy. Brown now to Shearer. Shearer's running the London Marathon at the moment, so somehow training with great intensity twice a week and training to run a marathon, all while working as an electrician. He's played for Luton, Shearer, last year captain at Bedford, and then rejoined Southgate this year. Found his way into the Southgate first team. And that ball picked up by Owen. About 10 minutes left, and still Southgate goalless. Walker though going through 2 sticks, unsuccessfully. Furlong finding a foot. And Holcombe have all the time in the world now. They're in no rush at all. At the moment, this is looking like a comfortable performance from them. Can Southgate change that? And Bowie makes a start. And he tries to connect there with Middleton playing high, but instead, first time that ball's ended up in the Southgate Holcombe goal rather tonight. But it's not going to count. More's the pity for the Southgate fans. Loads of supporters pitch side now, but they're being kept quiet at the moment by this strong Holcombe display. But again, Southgate have their chances, particularly in the first 10 minutes of this game. Few chances in the third quarter, plenty of corners, and those chances just not finding their way onto the scoreboard. And at this level, that is the difference. Nice little shuffle there from Nolan. It goes through his legs. And Holcombe just clinical at the moment, just being really accurate. And now, Hamilton nearly with a chance with a ball there from Calnan, but again, just failing to connect. They had a tough game against Wimbledon, Southgate, 2 weekends ago. 3-0 loss on that occasion, and after doing really well the previous 2 weeks, they were disappointed, but this is an opportunity now. Suffolk's on the ball, he flicks it up, he's got a shot on goal, he fires, he sends it across the face. Middleton's off the back of it, but finds a Holcombe player who sends it out, and somehow they've kept it on. It's scrappy, but it's entertaining. Calnan. Long line ball to Gill, Gill to Brown. Brownie's got Foster to his right. Suffolk charging forward. Meccano going off wide. But again, Holcombe step and sends a ball. Difficult one for Stellini, but he easily takes it down. Middleton now going into the role of fullback as Brown switches into the screen. That's a lovely sliding pass there for Foster, who tries to find the foot of the Greg Nolan. Nolan does really well. Again, it's better from Southgate. Looking for those chinks, those little gaps in Holcombe's armour. And Stellini brings that down really nicely. Slaps it out to Meccano, who dinks it down the line to Suffolk. And Greg Nolan coming off second on that occasion. Suffolk tries to find Calnan, fails, and now he's charging back the other end of the pitch. Furlong. And Suffolk's being called over there by the umpire. Little chat going on between the two of them. Suffolk not particularly happy. But he goes back, standing in front of Brad Reed. That line to goal. And that's Taylor to Merritt. Just a little over 5 minutes now. And the time comes off. Richmond Lum comes on as the sands of time slip between the Southgate fingers. Lum sending a few instructions from the bench. And that ball had Field and Middleton underneath it, but it didn't trouble either of them in the end. The Southgate go again. Stellini on the ball. An aerial, looks for Meccano in really nice space. Meccano brings it down. That was a lovely ball. And that was a great link up there between Stellini and Meccano. Brought that down expertly, bides his time, and puts it on the foot of Pendle. And Southgate now, once again, with a chance, their 5th opportunity. This time the DJ's gone for some Eye of the Tiger. The thudding baseline heading out into the North London sky. And this time with Ramshaw off, Archie Foster, who netted the first goal of the season for Southgate against Cardiff in a similar position. Will he be gifted this opportunity? On the right-hand castle. Middleton, who waits, sends it, it falls to Foster. Foster sends it down off the foot. And Southgate go again. Some really good running there, this time from Holcombe. And Southgate now with their 6th corner. Smith signal to play. Middleton crouches, injects, this time to Meccano. Meccano flicks. And again, the 3rd successive rearward corner. Survivor continues. Holcombe running really well. Ball not passing through to trouble. Payne between the sticks. Have Southgate got an alternate plan up their sleeve? We will see. Once again, Meccano left. Foster right. Calnan on the left slip. Falls Foster. Foster sends it in. Corner number 7. That got a little bit closer. They line up in similar fashion. It's Meccano this time, but he leaves the ball behind him. And to cries of "it's in" from a solitary Southgate supporter. It's not in, it went over. And Southgate reap no reward from those corners. And Southgate now have the man advantage. The keeper, Van Roggenberg, is off the field. And so Southgate with 11 outfield players, with an open and empty goal at the other end. Stellini now looks for that aerial again, trying to find Calnan. She doesn't. Unusual for Calnan. A rare slip up, but he still holds possession. Patient from Southgate. Last minute or so here in Trent Park. A good turn from Foster. Foster. The ball just going between the 3 players there. And a really good hard ball in there from Stellini, but it bounces out, and now Holcombe find themselves attacking to an open and empty goal. Louis Dupre running in. Southgate win it back, and they counter now. Calnan almost played the whole game, it feels. Looks for Brown. Apologies, Stellini and Gill. Southgate go ahead. Ramshaw sticks up his stick. Stellini tries to find him, but Reed instead picks the ball up. And this is a big chance now as Middleton looking to send a ball on his reverse across the face of goal, but he chooses just to buy a little bit of time. Supporters leaning over the edge of the balcony to crane their necks to see what's happening in that far corner. And the answer is it's a long corner, signalled by umpire Barnes.
Infield. Don't worry about it coming out. Yeah, stay infield.
Crowd of bodies in that corner. Disappointment expressed to umpire Smith. Ramshaw tries to get in there over Taylor, but fails. A lovely little dink from Taylor. Umpire Smith looks at his watch. The time is nearly nigh. Ball finds Lum. 4 Southgate players forward. Ball finds a Holcombe foot, falls to Bowie. Bowie looks for Soffert. Soffert calls for it. Wins a corner. Fat Boy Slim comes over the speakers. He says it's right here, right now. Corner number 8, at least. Stellini, the only Southgate player in reserve. On the halfway line, exchanging words with his opposite number. No doubt complaints about that contested aerial rule. The full-time whistle goes. Stellini and Gill now join their compatriots. Southgate cannot win the game, but they can get a consolation right at the death. This time it's Brown injecting, the entire team swarming around. Kwan this time. Scott Calnan. Left. And that's a stunning bit of post work. It denies Calnan, it denies Southgate. The game ends 3-0. Disappointment for the home side. They were hoping for more tonight. And thereby ends phase 2 of the Premier Division. Phase 3 starts next week. Whatever the results of the other games, Southgate will be finishing 6th. And they will be heading away next week, but to whom we do not yet know. There'll be frustration, I think, from the red and black men tonight. Holcombe came with a slightly understrength side, missing some of their key players, the likes of Roper, Banderak, and were unable to get anything past Ollie Payne, who made some pretty good saves. Handshakes going on. The next home game at Southgate not until the 6th of April. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to my team at this end. Lucy on that midline camera, Michelle Joubert. Has been vision mixing all day, doing a fantastic job. Sajeev Sahar has been working, tagging the game, operating the scoreboard. And a team of people here at Southgate trying to offer a stream for those watching at home. So thank you for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We'll be covering the game on the 6th of April, so look out for that. But in the meantime, enjoy your evenings. Go back, watch the highlights of the rugby as the Southgate players come over for cheers from the balcony. And we'll see you very soon. So from Southgate Hockey Centre in North London, I wish you a very good evening.
Phase 2 Southgate